Good morning. Welcome to a Sunshine Moment. I'm Pastor Angela, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church in downtown Jefferson City, Missouri. And daily, Monday through Thursday, approximately at 10 a.m., I seek to go live for a few minutes of perspective and shedding a ray of light on our day. So thank you. I would love to know where you're watching from and listening in on, and I welcome your comments and your sharing at the end. Today, the question posed to us is, when have you felt caught between the devil and the deep blue sea? When have you felt caught between the devil and the deep blue sea? It seems like a relevant question to ponder as we imagine ourselves standing with Moses on the banks of the mighty Red Sea, wondering where we have been caught by things like difficulties and devilish decisions, predicaments of faith, crises, deaths, divorce, despair, desolation, disease. Where have we been caught by loss and defeat, job transitions, negative attitudes, family struggles, traumas? And there are times in our lives like these when we want to throw up our hands and say, we feel caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Imagine Moses standing on the banks of the Red Sea, feeling the hopelessness that a parent might feel when their children feel lost and forlorn. Imagine feeling this forsakenness, that somehow not feeling close to God, and assuming somehow that at that moment that you might have complete control. And yet we hear the voice from Exodus coming to us as we hear it coming to Moses, who is traveling with a rather ragtag group of complainers, i.e. the crowd that might include us. And he hears this voice. And Moses tells them, do not be afraid. Stand firm and see the deliverance that God will bring you today. Tuesday, August the 4th. Imagine Moses hearing God and speaking and delivering such a powerful statement to us, this group of wandering people who feel caught in this desert, this vast unknown, and we hear, stand firm, do not be afraid, and see the deliverance that God will bring you today. Where is it that God needs to bring you some deliverance, in your opinion? Where is it that you are on the banks of a decision? Perhaps you're a parent struggling with knowing whether to send your kid to school or keep them home. Maybe you are a person trying to determine if you're going to start another round of chemotherapy or sit this one out. Maybe you are someone who is struggling in a relationship and you don't literally know what will part the seas. Do not be afraid. Stand firm and know that your deliverance will come from God today. Exodus is a great word, isn't it? And a great chapter. In fact, it's one that we should visit and revisit often in our lives, because we can identify we are modern day Israelites who are wandering, in need of an exit from poor choices, an exit, a relief, an exit from things that take us further away from God as opposed to closer. This vast unknown that we enter into every day requires the courageous step of one step forward. We know that the journey takes miles, but it begins with one single step. And so today, what's that one step that you will make? What is the one thing that you will stand firm on and affirm for yourself and your own life that God has it? And as we talked about yesterday, we know that there are no limits on God. Where is it that you need to focus today? What do you want to pray for in particular? As we center ourselves in prayer, we'll begin with just a moment of pause, because I believe that when we come to these junctions and junctures in our life, They call upon us to pause and sense and hear and ascertain the presence of the holy. Let's pause for a moment of prayer. Gracious and loving God, we hear your voice again to us. Maybe it's a whisper, maybe it's a little louder, and maybe it's just an outright scream. Do not be afraid. Help us to remember those words today in whatever context they speak to each of us individually. For us to stand firm, literally, figuratively, spiritually stand firm on the foundations that you have laid. God, we all are in need of deliverance daily. Deliverance from poor choices, deliverance from defeat and despair and desolence and other things that seem to entrap us. Let us step forward boldly towards the colorful sea of opportunities and possibilities as it unfolds ahead of us, to clasp your hand in ours and to go forward with you. And all God's children pray together with confidence and joy the prayer that Jesus taught us to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. And all God's children say together, amen, amen, amen. I'd love to know your comments. I would love to know where you're watching from. And welcome your sharing if you're so inclined. And I hope to see you tomorrow for a Wednesday sunshine moment. Make it a great day.